Hi class, my name is Ruby and this is my introduction. I'm actually from Puerto Rico, born and raised. I moved here to the US, to New Jersey when I was 19 years of age. So I am the fourth one out of four children. I'm the baby. I'm just gonna show a few pictures of my family. This is the four of us. That's my dad. I'm the one on the left, my brother, and then my older brother and my older sister. Then this picture is with my mom, same day, just my mom's in the picture on this one. And it's a printed picture, so it's kind of a little bit beat up. I think it might have gotten wet at some point, and that's why it looks like that. But that's the four of us with my mom. Then these are my two brothers in my wedding day, giving me a kiss. Family for me is very, very important. I love getting all together on a Sunday afternoon after church and just, have my brother cook because he's an amazing cook. He can make anything out of anything, and it tastes delicious. Like, it's going to a restaurant is such a disappointment because of the way that he cooks. But anyways, have him cook. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do it recently because I have one living in England, my youngest brother, and then my oldest brother lives in Clayton, which we still get together, and then my sister's in California. So we're all over the place. This is my amazing husband, Mark. This picture was probably taken about 2 years ago or so. We got married in 2017, so we met later in life. He's older than me, and between the two of us, we have 4 children together. So this is Matthew. This is my stepson and his wife. They just got married in May. It was a beautiful wedding, and during my youngest daughter's birthday in October, they gave us the wonderful news that we're going to be grandparents. So it's amazing news. It was actually very timely because I work in labor and delivery. So I've been having that want, to have a baby, and that's not in the cards for me anymore, and I'm glad. So it's wonderful to have a grandchild. So we're hoping for a boy because we're surrounded by girls. These are my girls. That's Ellie next to me. Then there's Aaron and Sarah. Sarah's giving the peace sign. Sarah's 5, Aaron is 12, and Ellie's 15. And this picture was taken in a restaurant in Disney. I don't remember the name of the restaurant. This is my bestest friend in the world. Her name's Danae. And her birthday's today, actually. And then this is my other bestest friend in the world, Ola. She is an awesome, crazy friend, as you can see in the picture. She's actually in Utah now, so we don't get to see each other as much as I would like to, but I love them both. And then these are my friends from nursing school. We actually bonded. All 3 of us have children. My friend Mary and I have 3 kids, well, of our own. And then she's got about 5. So going to nursing school through the pandemic, like we started in 2020. So we were the first class to be pretty much, it was the first online class full on, because the class before us had been face-to-face. And then when everything shut down, they started doing, all the online thing. So it was very challenging. And then our kids were going to school too. So we have to do school for ourselves and for our kids, and it was just a mess, but gratefully we made it. So my clinical experience, I did have obviously clinical during nursing school. Gratefully, we were not affected by COVID as much because we partner with the hospital that's right literally next to the community college. I graduated from Wayne Community College, and the hospital's like next door. So thankfully we were able to still do our clinical. I did clinical in almost every single floor in the hospital, to the exception of the 7th floor, because that was the COVID floor, and we weren't allowed to treat patients with COVID and oncology. Those were the only 2. But I did med surg, I did ortho, I got to do oh my goodness, ICU. I love the ICU. And then we don't do the ED during our clinical. They do it for preceptorship, but not during the clinical. So I am a labor and delivery nurse, and it's funny because it wasn't part of ever. I never thought about being a labor and delivery nurse. Like, that wasn't something that I was like, oh, babies. Which, by the way, we don't touch babies in labor and delivery, which I love because I could not do pediatrics. But after I did my OB rotation, I loved it. Like, I told my husband after I got out, I was like, this is where I want to be. Like, I feel so at home in there. Like, I feel like that's where I need to be. So needless to say, I ended up there. But it was an interesting road because they had never done preceptorships in labor and delivery. So this year they decided to do a preceptorship in labor and delivery. So I did my preceptorship there, and they did not hire new grads. So they told me, they're like, we're not hiring. And I told them, I said, I'm going to continue to communicate with you until you do, because I really wanted to be there. So I did my preceptorship there, and I accepted a position in the ICU because, the ICU were hiring new grads. So I decided, you know what, I'll get the experience from the ICU, which would be very helpful once I'm in labor and delivery because of the acuity of it. So I accepted it, and I had accepted in my mind that I was going to the ICU. And then after my preceptorship, I received an email with an offer to work in the labor and delivery department. So I was like, yes. Actually, it took me a minute because I had already set my mind to go to the ICU. So I was like, great, I'll get this experience. I'll gain all these other skills, because there's a lot of skills that you don't do in labor and delivery, but you do other skills. But anyways, with that being said, because I work with healthy patients, which was different from my clinical experience, because I had to move patients a lot, especially whenever we were in one of our med surg floors. There were a lot of people that were total care. So I had to deal with a lot of patients with total care in med surg and in the ICU. So I was used to doing everything for them. And so now in labor and delivery, at the beginning, I wanted to do everything for the patient, but they're fully healthy. They're just having a baby. That's the only reason why they're in the hospital. So it was kind of funny. But so a lot of the skills that I learned during nursing school, I have not lost because it hasn't been that long, but I don't use them as often. So with this class, it'll be good to have a refresher of what those skills are and learn more. I would assume that a college level class would be more in depth than a community college class. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys, and I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm sorry it was so long, but hopefully you learned a little bit about me. Oh, I forgot one. Hobbies. I play disc golf with my husband, and I love playing volleyball, but with going to school and a new job, I haven't been able to do much of that. And I love going to the beach. It's one of my favorite places in the world. But anyways, I hope you have a great afternoon. And like I said, I'm looking forward to hearing about all of you. Bye.